Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Released 1988, directed by Robert Zemeckis, rated PG USA.
The Boy Who Could Fly.
Released 1986, directed by Nick Castle, rated PG USA. More The Boy Who Could Fly. 62 of 95. The Best 1980s Fantasy Movies. 91 of 259. The Greatest Teen Movies of the 1980s. 44 of 139. The Greatest Kids Movies of the 1980s.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Released 2009, directed by Wes Anderson, rated PG USA, UK PG. More Fantastic Mr. Fox. 186 of 369. The Best Movies Based on Books. 85 of 96. The Best Film Adaptations of Young Adult Novels.
The Dark Crystal.
Released 1982, directed by Frank Oz. Jim Henson, rated PG USA. More The Dark Crystal. Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal is even darker than you remember. Behind the scenes stories of The Dark Crystal.
Explorers.
Released 1985, directed by Joe Dante, rated PG USA. More Explorers. 140 of 186. The Best Alien Movies Ever Made. 67 of 70. The Greatest Supernatural and Paranormal Teen Films.
My Girl.
Released 1991, directed by Howard Zieff, rated PG USA. More My Girl. 7 of 277. The top tearjerker movies that make men cry. 93 of 836. The Greatest Chick Flicks Ever Made. 64 of 372. Old movies every young person needs to watch in their lifetime.
Short Circuit.
Released 1986, directed by John Badham, rated PG USA.
Beethoven.
Released 1992, directed by Brian Levant, rated PG USA. More Beethoven. 18 grim facts about the life of Beethoven you never learned as a kid. 37 of 190. The Greatest Animal Movies Ever Made.
Casper.
Released 1995, directed by Brad Silberling, Phil Nibelink, rated PG USA. More Casper. The movie Casper is deeply bizarre in more ways, and we can count 374 of 575. The Best Animated Films Ever. 834 of 1540. The Most Rewatchable Movies.
The Prince of Egypt.
Released 1998, directed by Brenda Chapman, Simon Wells, Steve Hickner, rated PG USA. G USA. More The Prince of Egypt. 429 of 1189. Every Oscar-winning film ever. 72 of 553. The Greatest Epic Movies Ever Made.
The Santa Claus.
Released 1994, directed by John Pasquin, rated PG USA. More The Santa Claus. The Santa Claus series is a holiday phantasmagoria. 37 of 50. The 50 highest grossing 90s movies. Rank.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Released 1990, directed by Steve Barron, rated PG USA. More Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The first live-action TMNT had some dark themes and a strange backstory. 90 of 97. The worst superhero movies ever made. 70 of 103 the very best movie franchises.
The Flintstones.
Released 1994, directed by Brian Levant, rated PG USA. More The Flintstones. 60 of 151 the most rewatchable comedy movies. 12 of 24 movies you loved as a child that just don't hold up. 42 of 117 the best movies based on TV shows.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Released 1993, directed by Henry Selick, rated PG USA. More The Nightmare Before Christmas. The Nightmare Before Christmas fan theories that just might be true. 20 small Nightmare Before Christmas details that were so easy to miss. 16 of 206 musical movies with the best songs.
The Wizard.
Released 1989, directed by Todd Holland, rated PG USA. More The Wizard. Inside the Wizard, the cult 80s movie that introduced Super Mario 3 and predicted esports. 6 of 7 early hand-colored movies. 8 of 12 movies that were eerily ahead of their time.
Stuart Little.
Released 1999, directed by Rob Minkoff, rated PG USA. More Stuart Little. 164 of 252 the funniest 90s movies. 584 of 737 the most annoying TV and film characters ever. 111 of 111 the best stoner movies. Turner and Hooch.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
Enchanted.
Enchanted.
Peter Pan.
Released 2003, directed by P. Hogan, rated PG USA.
Flight of the Navigator.
Flight of the Navigator.
Free Willy.
Free Willy.
Uncle Buck.
Released 1989, directed by John Hughes, rated PG USA. More Uncle Buck. 167 of 480 greatest movies for guys. 20 of 925 the all-time greatest comedy films.
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Big.
Big.
The Mighty Ducks.
Released 1992, directed by Stephen Heer, rated PG USA. More The Mighty Ducks. 14 odd things you never really noticed about the Mighty Ducks movies. 12 of 97 the best Disney live-action movies.
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Elf.
Elf.
Kung Fu Panda franchise.
Kung Fu Panda franchise.
Holes.
Holes.
The Sandlot.
Released 1993, directed by David M. Evans, rated PG USA.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Released 1992, directed by Chris Columbus, rated PG USA.
The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer.
The Extra-Terrestrial.
The Extra-Terrestrial.
Coco.
Released 2017, directed by Lee Unkrich. Coco. Small but meaningful details in Coco that prove it's time for a rewatch, and fascinating facts most people don't know about the dog breed from Disney's Coco. 163 of 206 musical movies with the best songs.
The Princess Bride.
Released 1987, directed by Rob Reiner, rated PG USA. The Princess Bride. 20 Princess Bride tales we just learned that made us say inconceivable. No matter how many times you've watched The Princess Bride, you don't know everything about it.
Cool Runnings.
Released 1993, directed by John Turteltaub, rated PG USA. Cool Runnings. 140 of 661, the best black movies ever made. Ranked 20 of 90 great historical black movies based on true stories. 185 of 277, the top tearjerker movies that make men cry.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Released 1984, directed by Steven Spielberg, rated PG USA. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the best characters in the whole Indiana Jones franchise, ranked how Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom traumatized a whole generation and changed movie ratings.
The Incredibles.
Released 2004, directed by Brad Bird, rated PG USA. The Incredibles. The Incredibles fan theorists 13 small details in The Incredibles that we missed as kids.
The Karate Kid.
Released 1984, directed by John G. Avildsen, rated PG USA. The Karate Kid. 15 of 541, the greatest guilty pleasure movies. 19 of 372 old movies every young person needs to watch in their lifetime.
Moana.
Released 2016, directed by Ron Clements, John Musker. Moana. 20 small details from Disney's Moana, spotted by fans. Moana fan theories that might just be right.
Home Alone.
Released 1990, directed by Chris Columbus, rated PG USA. Home Alone. 15 hilarious Home Alone memes that made us nostalgic for the Christmas classic. 6 of 50, the 50 highest grossing 90s movies, ranked 7 of 1540, the most rewatchable movies.
Back to the Future franchise.
Released 1985-1990, directed by Robert Zemeckis, rated PG. Back to the Future franchise. Small details from the Back to the Future trilogy that fans uncovered. The DeLorean from Back to the Future has an even crazier real-life history And we imagine 30 of 103 the very best movie franchises.
Despicable Me franchise.
Released 2010 present, directed by Pierre Coffin, Chris Renaud, Kyle Boulder, rated GPG.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.